So we mentioned about this before. On social media, everybody sharing a picture of them 10 years ago and now, and they're like, okay, I've made progress or I've gone fat or whatever. We've found, so search of BM, Anip wrote an article about this conspiracy theory from Wired magazine, right? That this 10-year challenge could be a tactic to actually mine data. So programmers or developers could just program a bot or an AI to look at the hashtag 10-year challenge,
Yep.
and mine data to identify to see how people age from
10 years, in 10
how
years.
much they age in 10 years. Okay. The first question I have when we talked about this, why would people want to know, why would people want to know why is how much people age, why is that like important information? Why is that a big deal?
Well, like AI, right, it's getting better, and AI needs to constantly learn from various sources. And if you have this kind of data set, right, because people actually help whoever's behind this challenge to actually create a category of, these are the data sets you can learn from between or people aging between 10 years before and now. And that's actually useful for AI because you can learn how people age across 10 years, and it can go across not just individuals but across different cultures and different skin types. And that actually helps them to to be able to find out how will people look like 10 years from now or 10 years before.
But why would that be useful? I mean, let's say if I want to use it for some dangerous thing, right?
Yeah.
Or like to mine your data, right?
Yeah.
Why would having the information of how much I age in 10 years be useful to a hacker?
Okay, imagine this. Let's say, for example, if they want to identify a fugitive. So the last photo they have was like 5 years ago. So with this technology, right, the AI the AI can actually predict how this person might look like right now, and it's also useful for tracking down missing kids. Like for example, in India, apparently there's about 3,000 kids being rescued using this similar technology. So with age recognition, they can actually predict how a person might look like.
So you can find you can predict like how much a person has aged, and it can help you with finding missing person or finding fugitives. So I guess the intent is quite, if there is somebody actually mining this data from this hashtag 10 years challenge, right? The intent is actually quite good lah. It's doing good. It's using information and then having the information to predict how much people have aged so that they can use it to find missing persons or find fugitives.
Yep.
The problem is, if people want to do that, right, why not just go out and say, okay guys, we're doing this major study global of how much you have aged in 10 years. So if you would like to participate in this challenge, in this study, please submit your photos.
Yeah.
So why not just do that? Why mask it in a 10-year challenge thing? Why do it like that?
Well, if you think about it, who actually want to participate in that? Because people are being paranoid about submitting their private information. Like after all the Facebook issue with Cambridge Analytica, people are getting paranoid about sharing information online. So if there's a study like that, I guess there are people who want to share for the benefit of mankind, but the majority, they probably won't do that. But if you do it as a challenge, like an innocent challenge, people are like, oh, okay, let me just do that online. We are hesitation.
But the problem with that is, okay, I guess it's interesting lah. So maybe you get more submissions if you make it into a challenge, right?
Yes.
So now everything is a challenge, right? You have the bird box challenge, where people blindfold themselves and crash into things. I think there was a report about a person crashing his car because he was doing the bird box challenge. So I guess you would get more submissions, more
data,
a larger set of data. But the problem is, if you don't tell people upfront, it's deceiving. So although your intent is good, which is to do good, right? But if you deceive them to get the information, it's still bad. So
here's the thing: who started this challenge in the first place? Nobody knows. And if you think about it, if it's public, it's going to be out everywhere.
Yeah. So we don't know. We don't know who did the challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, who started the challenge?
Yes.
We don't have like a number of like how many people are participating, but I guess from like what I see on social media, a lot of people are doing it. So yeah, I mean, you can mine the information because it's available in the public. You are giving out rather sensitive information about yourself, right? For me, the dangerous part is that you don't know what people can use that information for.
Yeah.
So I guess one is that, okay, I'm just releasing a picture. That picture is harmless because it's a picture. I have lots of pictures of myself on social media.
Yeah.
The problem with that is people could take that picture and edit it and use it for something else. There's this AI, right?
The deepfakes, right?
Deepfakes is one. So what I wanted to start with is there's now AI that's so good that it can create a picture, a real life picture of a person from scratch, from zero, you know.
And not just a picture, they can actually make a video with a person talking.
So that's the deepfakes part, right? So for those of you who are not familiar, I think back in 2017 or 2016, there's this phenomenon called deepfake. So people harness the power of AI and machine learning, right, to take samples of lots of pictures that's available online of somebody, of a celebrity or whatever.
Even video footage as well.
Yeah,
like the way they talk.
And then you take that, right, and then you graft it into another video. So you can take like my picture of this video and then put it into another video. A lot of the deepfakes video, I'm sorry to say, are pornographic videos. So you started getting really convincing looking fake videos of celebrities in pornographic films, right? And the technology is getting better and better and better.
Yeah, and apparently they also can use this for to do character assassination against politicians, like making a video of a politician saying something rather controversial. That's also possible.
Yeah, that's and you cannot question whether that's been done, and the amount of information that's been spread out over YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and the amount of disinformation, like people with the intent of creating fake news, spreading fake news is very high.
Yep.
I mean, you talk about, so there's the news about Cambridge Analytica is a big deal.
Yep.
Spreading fake news. I mean, categorizing people into buckets, right? Splitting people into buckets make it easier to convince people, right? So it's quite scary lah. So for me, right, the danger is that not what people can do with the pictures, but we don't know the potential and how far this can go. So somebody can create a picture of me based on if I post the 10-year challenge, and with that data set of that 10-year thing, right, can create like it's possible to create like an alternate life of me.
Maybe 20 years later or something.
20 years later, one thing, but the person can probably reverse engineer the information that they have about me if I do this 10-year challenge. I haven't done it yet. Have you done it?
No.
So it's possible to create an alternate life, like I've been here, I've been there,
Yes.
my childhood is like this, my childhood is like that. It's actually very dangerous. So even if the 10-year challenge is harmless, I mean, but that data set is out there now for people to use, and it's very dangerous because you share something very personal, which is your picture.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, so be careful lah next time when you go out and try to post pictures or whatever. Do you have anything you want to add?
I guess one thing you can do right now is, if your profile is public, or if that post is public, best to keep it private, maybe within your circle of friends or close family members. That would probably, help to contain it. Like, then again, even right now, even if you have a secured profile, your profile picture can be misused to create fake accounts of yourself. So
yeah, I've had a couple of friends. You have a private account, but then you have a profile picture. The profile picture is taken.
It's public, yeah.
It's public. Also, things that you share on social media, right? Even if it's in a private environment, right? You don't know whether your close friends and relatives.
You just save it and forward to someone else.
Save it out. You don't. I mean, even if they don't intend to do it, maybe their phone was used by their kids or whatever. It could happen. I guess I'm not trying to create like a paranoia, but
it's a valid concern. Yeah.
It's a valid concern, and it's good to have that awareness at the back of your mind every time you go into these challenges, which seem fun and interesting
and innocent.
But nowadays that's how social media works, right? So previously, before the challenges, there are quizzes. You have a lot of these weird quizzes coming from all these weird websites, and these quizzes were the ones that provided the important information for people like Cambridge Analytica and Facebook and the Donald Trump people to disseminate very very targeted messages that's fake, and that people are still it's still up in debate, right? But that could very well change the course of American political history. And it started out with something as harmless as quizzes.
Yeah.
So this 10-year challenge could be something as harmless as, and it's quite a coincidence that the midterms are coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. We can go deep into this conspiracy theory, but it's very mysterious. Like suddenly, all of a sudden, everybody's doing this 10-year challenge. And why 10-year challenge now? Why 2019? Why not 2020?
Yeah.
What's going on? The thing that scares me is the thing that we don't know. So we don't know what we don't know, right?
Yeah. But what I can say is this: if it's something that you do want it to be seen in public, best not to post it up at social at all.
Yeah, I mean, but then what's fun? I don't know. Social media is quite scary.
It's scary. I mean, the risk is there. Yeah, it's not as safe as it used to be.
Yeah, I'm trying to like skip Facebook, but it's like a drug now because it's quite no. It's so as an individual, yeah, I guess I can quit Facebook, but then my friends are there, my families are there. How do I get invited to events? How do I know what's going on? A lot of people now invite you via Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you escape?
No, maybe interested. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so a drug is when you know it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know it can harm you, like cigarettes. You know it can harm you, but you still use it, and you cannot escape from it, and that's
And what's more scary is that a lot of your account logins actually link up to Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I survive without Facebook like this?
God,
yeah.
it's so dangerous, man. So so Facebook is one culprit, and then there's Google also. That's another culprit. Yeah, just sharing your pictures online is very scary. Be very particular about your private data. I guess I hate to be the wet blanket lah, but the 10-year challenge, I don't know.
Yeah, it might be harmless, but we're just basically highlighting what's the potential risk that's involved.
It might be harmless, but for me the danger is that like it's so easy for the public to
just jump in. Okay, here you go, my information, take it.
And that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, because we have artificial intelligence, right? There is super amazing. It's things of the future. So you think, oh, it's not going to happen today, right? That could be like 5, 3 years, 10 years down the line in terms of the future, right? But I'm telling you, the things that we see today is already the future. So especially in artificial intelligence and machine learning, the intelligence of the the intelligence of the robots in artificial intelligence is like growing exponentially.
It's learning by the day, man. Every day it's getting better and better.
Yeah, so it's scary what they can do. I watched this episode on Black Mirror.
Okay.
So the Black Mirror episode, this was interesting because I can't remember which episode was that. Maybe you guys can help me out and tell me which episode. Mention in the comments, right? So if you've watched it, give us a like. Where this couple, so the guy passed away, he died, and the girlfriend or wife, I can't remember, was having problem to let go of this person. And then she was grieving and mourning, and then she saw a friend, and the friend recommended this service where the service, right, would be able to emulate and create the persona of that deceased person. And it's done through harvesting all the information that's available online.
Okay.
So it goes into your social media, your emails, your voicemails, your videos and everything, right? And then the AI will create this persona, this very convincing I guess alternate version of, not alternate, your avatar of you.
Is it like online only, or is it virtual, or is it
so if you watch the episode again,
avatar?
I can't remember the episode. If you watch the episode, right, so that person started with just sending an email. So she signed up for the service, released all the information to this AI. The AI harvests the information, did a thing, right, and then she wrote an email to this person, or to that deceased person. Right?
It's like a virtual.
An email. You write an email. You just email the
to
person.
This person. Okay.
You use the same email address. So it's like my email address. I mean, an email, whatever. Right? So you just email me, and then after that you get a response, and it's like that person is still alive.
Okay.
And it's scary because it's so real that it can happen. So we have deep fakes that can synthesize voice,
and then the facial
features. Not just so. The scary part is it's not just 2D. You know, it's 3D space.
Yes.
And that is super complicated, and it's so easily done nowadays that you can go into the internet and find the software and just put in the sample pictures and put in the sample materials,
just feed it information,
and then the AI will churn that out for you. That's scary. And sharing all these things, right? I mean, so you want to do it, fine, it's your life, but just be careful lah. Just be aware that people are watching, and it's easy to watch on social media because of AI. You just pump in the program and the AI will pick it up.